All right, we're going to check out this Mysteries of the Denver Airport. This is a classic. Zahra, Malik.
Any traveler to Denver Airport, Colorado, is in for a scary experience. This airport has been the subject of many questions due to the unexplainable symbols, images, and stories that have surfaced. Denver Airport was built in 1995 on a span of 53 square miles. Even though Denver already had a functioning airport, a new one was decidedly built. This new airport had less runways and absolutely no new technological advancement. The only thing that this new airport has that the old one didn't is a strangely large amount of space.
And you know, this is near where a lot of them are building those underground bunkers and stuff like that up in the Rocky Mountains. You got some that are over Raven Rock and like near DC and Virginia. There's a lot of these like little like hill mountainous type areas where they built underground stuff, especially right here in the Rockies. I believe that's where Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and all these other like big tech people that are kind of running the world, they're big shots right now. They've all built like bunkers over here and stuff.
When looking at an aerial shot of the new airport, the layout has shocked many. Denver Airport's runways have been situated in such a way that resembles a Nazi swastika. Not only has the shape of Denver Airport,
I think it's kind of a stretch. I mean, if you see that's a stretch. That's one of those things that truthers fall for. They see something similar and then they try to draw conclusions there. But yeah, I'm not buying that one. But hey, man,
being called to question, but also what is located inside. But who is in charge of all the weird nuances at this airport? The general consensus is that it is the New World Order. But who are the New World Order? Well, they are an elite group of individuals that include many of the world's wealthiest people, such as well-known political leaders and those related to the British Crown. But their main goal is to create one united world government that has no regional boundaries. But this would only be possible in one way, and that is to commit a mass genocide and narrow down the world's population.
I have to add something real quick. When she was saying about who is the New World Order, and it's all these rich people, it's all these big players, in society, a lot of movers and shakers, and usually they're behind the scenes and you don't see them. Now, you got the ones that are in front of the camera and stuff, like the Bill Gates, the George Soros. Now, George Soros used to be a big player behind the scenes until Glenn Beck back in the late 2000s kind of put him on blast during the whole Obama, election thing. I mean, props to Glenn Beck. I know a lot of you guys think he sold out, and he probably did, whatever, but doesn't take away from what he did. Back then, that dude was on some truther stuff, and he got him fired from Fox, and that's kind of where you got the blaze from and all of that. Because he started his own thing, but he was going hard on the whole communist thing, the Marxist thing, put Soros on blast. So much props to him, man.
To 2 billion people. Their reasoning for this thought is because there would be more control. Denver Airport has a myriad of symbols that are correlated to the New World Order. There is a dedication stone in the airport that mentions the New World Airport Commission. However, there is no such thing. The New World Airport Commission is made up and was never created. One can only assume that it is alluding to the New World Order. Also, there is a plate on the floor that shows the symbols AUAG. Some may say that this is related to gold and silver. However, One of the sponsors of the airport discovered a new deadly strain of hepatitis known as Australian antigen, and this is also symbolized by AUAG. What is scary is that this symbol is located right in front of a mural on a wall that is about genocide. But let's talk more about the murals in Denver Airport. The murals located in the airport are the most notable.
Yeah, these murals are already gone. They got some new ones or whatever. I was there a few years ago, passing through. I was headed back to California. Um, I believe it's when my aunt passed away, and went to go see my grandma. Rest in peace to both of them. Um, I love you guys. What do you call it? I remember passing through there. It was either on the way there or on the way back, but I was looking for all of this stuff, man. I saw the horse out front, what was it, Blue or whatever, the name of the horse. I guess when they were constructing it or something, I guess one of the workers died. I think they might even talk about it in this. But yeah, I was looking for the murals. I saw the gargoyle statues and a few other things, but I didn't see these murals.
Features of this airport. The main mural stretches over 4 walls and was painted by Chicano artist Leo Tanguma, who was in fact Mayan. The first mural here shows 3 dead women: an African, a Native American, and a young Jewish girl. In the background, we can see the destruction of a city and a forest. This attempts to show the destruction of the world. Another notable part of this mural is the fact that there is a little girl carrying a Mayan tablet. This alludes to the Mayan date of December 21st, 2012. This is when the Mayans predict that the world is going to go through a rebirth phase. The main emphasis of this mural, once again, is the destruction of the world and the preservation of some life. The second mural shows a huge military figure wearing a gas mask and holding a machine gun and a sword. This sword is stabbing a dove, which is the symbol for peace, and implies that peace will be destroyed.
Shoot, I think it's already destroyed. And I think the internet, social media was the catalyst for that because that's pretty much how the wars are being fought now. It's was it fifth generational warfare or something like that? Fifth, sixth, fourth. I don't know, but I just know that it's propaganda and it's corroding the minds of everybody. Everybody has lost their freaking minds out there, dude. Social media is just made everybody so extreme, like they hit the gas pedal on people's emotions and just triggered people. It's like they hit a switch or something. It's a trip, man. So
There
I
are
don't
grayish waves.
I don't think peace is even possible anymore. Not with the way they radicalized the enemy, anyways. I think sane people like you and me, we would love peace. We're able to work things out, but we also know that we have an enemy that doesn't want the same thing.
Waves emanating from the figure, and these waves represent death, or in this case, a poisonous gas that has killed everyone in its path. This mural is the one with the AUAG symbol, the one that is related to the deadly virus strain. One can also see a line of weeping women holding their dead infants, and a group of dead children on a pile of bricks. The emphasis of this mural is of a cleansing that is going to kill a myriad of people in its path.
Maybe that's what they wanted COVID for. You know what I'm saying? Or, well, I actually, my personal opinion, I think it was just a practice run to see how, a test run to see how society reacts and then gather the data from how, everything that we did and went through and everything and seeing who pushed back, who didn't, what they got away with, what they didn't, and all of that. And I think it's just a test run for when they actually want to do this right here.
However, interestingly enough, This mural has been painted over in recent years. The third mural shows
there you
all of
go.
the children of the world taking their weapons from each country and giving them to a German boy, who is then molding them into something else. All the children of this scene are of different ethnicity, and all seem to be relieved. The gas mask man in the previous mural is seen dead, and there are two doves perched on his body.
The fake peace, the wokeness, the diversity nonsense. I don't know.
The main emphasis of this mural is to show the return of peace after all the killings have taken place, and
Possibly.
that there will be no more need for weapons in this perfect world. The final mural has a Jesus-like figure in the middle, who is holding a plant which symbolizes rebirth. All of the people are running towards this man with happy expressions. Animals are freely roaming, and everything seems to be in perfect harmony. This final mural alludes to a new Garden of Eden, where the world is perfect size, and everything could work together in peace after the genocide that has taken place. All in all, these murals, when put together, represent the formation of a new world filled with fewer people. And this is also the goal of the New World Order, which has been seen represented throughout various parts of the airport.
And I think what they do is that they create a plan. Like because if you look at it, anything that the New World Order, the Illuminati, whatever the secret societies, over the past 100, 200 years, they've documented their plans. It's all throughout the UN, and you hear it in political speeches and a lot of stuff we show on here, and a lot of the other truther stuff you check out. However, you see, like when you watch old stuff like this, you see stuff that's happening now, and then you see stuff that's kind of like a slight variant of what's happening now, and then some things that are like, oh no, they must have changed plans on that. And I think that's what they do. I think that they audible, because you can have a plan, but things are going to happen, things are going to change, conditions change, this doesn't happen, that happens, whatever. There's all these variables, and I believe that they just call audibles. They have their plan, and then they switch around what they're going to do. It's kind of like like how Margaret Sanger, she wanted to get rid of the undesirables in society. Like she wanted to get rid of minorities and people with mental disabilities and physical disabilities and whatnot, mental retardation and whatever. She wanted to get rid of all the undesirables, low poverty, third worlders, all of that stuff. And so she implemented abortion and all these other things. However, I believe they audibled on that because they thought that these were the people that were going to hold back society. You know what I mean? From elevating their evolution to however they want the world to run, and depopulate, and then whoever's left over, these are the smart people that are going to rebuild the world and whatnot. And they thought that those people weren't involved in it, like blacks, gays, and all this other stuff. And I believe they audibled on that one. I think that they found it was easier to control them and use them as useful idiots. That's why you see the whole woke thing, the diversity thing, and how everything just kind of switched around. And they're like, no, let's get rid of the prosperous people, the Western societies and the cultures and whatnot, and the races that are responsible for building society. And then we control the other ones because they're already in poverty, their culture's in disarray, they got no morals or any religion, or any, well, when I say religion, what I mean is Christianity. Um, the one real religion, and religion isn't a bad word either. Um, but I believe that they audibled that, and they started targeting white people, and I believe Jews are in that. Of course, I know everybody's going to fight against me on that one, but I believe that Jews are in the the same boat as white people when it comes to that. Proof is in the pudding. You can say whatever you want about the bankers, the big shot commies and all that. Yeah, they may be Jewish, but they don't represent all those people, and they don't care about them either. That's one thing I've learned, you know, as being a truther throughout the years. It's a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of nonsense that people buy into when it comes to that. So I believe those two are in the same boat and facing the same thing. And that was the audible that they called on that.
The symbology of the airport can still be debated, but one thing that cannot be questioned is the fact that there has been a lot of mysterious construction work underneath Denver Airport. When first constructing the airport, there were originally 5 buildings. But, out of the blue, the builders were ordered to bury the buildings underground because they were supposedly built wrong. Normally, a building that is built wrong would be demolished. But in this case, it was not. This allowed for an underground base to be created. But there are still workers who are sent to work in these underground bases periodically. But when they are questioned about the nature of their work, they all refuse to comment.
And sorry about the quality of the video. These things are hard to find on YouTube. So I went to the quickest way to find it, which was on the Real Truth Movement Facebook page. I don't know if you could still find all those videos on there because I know that they've been trying to like move away from the video thing, and they're deleting videos, and they're moving it over to reels and shorts and all that stuff. So yeah, that's why poor quality. Quality wasn't the greatest on the original video, but yeah, we'll make do. So
These underground
it's better
bases
than
have been
nothing.
going under more construction and now have underground tunnels that connect all the buildings together. According to a contractor,
Uh,
these
oh,
tunnels have.
and another thing, man, record these videos, man. Record these videos, screen grab them, do whatever you gotta do, and save them. And put them on physical media somehow, and hold on to them. Something that you could. I wonder how you would go about that. But I would record these, put them on some kind of physical media, save them, because you're going to see a lot of these videos disappearing from YouTube and the internet and everything else,
A strange
as they
sprinkler
already
system
are.
that was added onto the roofs of the tunnel. But this sprinkler system has no valid use as these tunnels are concrete and underground. If relating these sprinkler systems back to the sign of AUAG in front of the mural regarding genocide, then one must begin to wonder what the use of a sprinkler in a concrete tunnel 150 feet below the ground would be. These underground bases appear to be holding rooms due to the sheer mass and size, and some say that they even allude to concentration camps. This is because, 1. These holding rooms have no purpose, and when the airport authorities were questioned, they say that they are merely being used for storage. And 2, all the barbed wire fences face the inside of the airport rather than facing the outside, which is what they usually do. This implies that they are trying to keep things in rather than keep things out. And 3, the sprinkler systems have no use, but they may be related to the deadly virus Australian antigen and the pursuits of the New World Order. People have attempted to argue.
It's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, maybe if that's what they thought was going to happen, and I guess that's maybe of a way of decontamination. I'm guessing.
That the underground bases are being used for storage. But one fact must be questioned, and that is, why is the underground base 88.5 square miles long? And why were the 5 buildings mysteriously buried? No airport has or needs that much storage room. So what is this space really being used for? Whenever the authorities are questioned, they are not allowed to answer. We are not the only ones who seem to be fascinated with this airport. The Queen of England, alongside many other famous European royalty and politicians, are hurriedly buying property close to the airport under an alias.
Yeah, she's passed away now. So I guess what Charles is he still alive? I believe he is. I think he was getting caught up in the Epstein stuff.
One can only assume that they must feel that there is something significant about this airport in order to do so. It is very easy to dismiss a conspiracy theory, but it is not hard to dismiss cold, hard facts that surround them. The odd happenings in this airport have been called to questions, but all the questions have been dismissed and have not been answered. Is the New World Order really going to attempt to take over? And if they are, does that mean that our own government is involved? Research nowadays can only do so much. Now, only time will tell. This is Zahra Malik, News and Views.
All right, man. Shout out to Zara Malik and Chris Cheong, the ones that made this video. It's an OG classic. What's up, baby? You got about 45 minutes till you get dinner. All right? Yeah, I know, sweetie. I know, baby. I know. Dog's hungry. Yeah, this is it. Just straight up classic, man. Check it out. I think it still might be on YouTube. I'm not sure. I tried to find. I was doing a couple other reactions, um, and I couldn't find the videos on YouTube to get a better quality. So yeah, this one may be on there, but if not, like I said, search around on Facebook and you might be able to find it. And other areas of the dark web, I guess. Anyway, God bless, guys.